Hello and welcome back. Today we're breaking down the newest updates on tax refunds and what you need to know about the 2026 tax season. We'll review the latest IRS filing statistics, explain the refund timeline, and go over common delays and transcript codes that could affect when you receive your money. For many people, a tax refund feels like a financial reset. It can help cover bills, boost savings, or simply provide some breathing room. But the refund process can also feel confusing, especially when early season numbers shift, averages change, or refunds get delayed without clear explanations. Let's start with the latest filing season data from the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. The 2026 tax season officially opened on January 26. As of February 6, the IRS had received approximately 22.351 million tax returns. That's about 5.2% fewer than the 23.589 million returns received at the same point in 2025. Processing numbers are also lower so far. Roughly 20.623 million returns have been processed, down 12.3% compared to 23.515 million at this time last year. So yes, early filing activity is slightly behind. However, here's the interesting part. The average refund is higher this year. As of early February, the average refund stands at $2,290. That's nearly an 11% increase compared to about $2,065 at the same time in 2025. The IRS has stated that average refund amounts remain strong. So even though fewer refunds have been issued so far, the checks going out are larger on average. This increase was expected. Many analysts predicted higher refunds in 2026 due to new tax provisions included in the One Big Beautiful Bill, signed by Donald Trump in July 2025. Some financial firms even estimated that average refunds could rise by as much as $1,000 per filer. That said, expectations should remain realistic. Analysts suggest that the largest benefits from those tax changes are likely going to higher income households, particularly those in the top 10% of earners. Lower and middle income taxpayers may still see increases, but not necessarily dramatic ones. It's also important to remember that early season percentage swings are common. The IRS regularly notes that filing and refund numbers can fluctuate significantly at the beginning of tax season and typically stabilize as more returns are submitted. Many taxpayers were still waiting for key documents in late January, so filing volume is expected to increase in the coming weeks. Now let's talk about refund timing. The IRS continues to say that most taxpayers who file electronically and choose direct deposit receive their refunds within 21 days, assuming there are no issues requiring additional review. Electronic filing remains the primary method. Around 22.035 million returns have been submitted electronically so far. While that number is slightly down compared to last year, it still represents the overwhelming majority of filings. Interestingly, e-filing through tax professionals has dropped about 9.6% this year. Meanwhile, self-prepared electronic returns have declined only about 1.8%. That could mean more people are filing on their own, which makes accuracy even more important to avoid delays. If you file a paper return, expect a much longer timeline. The IRS says it can take about 4 weeks just for a paper return to appear in the system, and overall processing takes significantly longer than e-filing. Here's a general refund timeline based on current IRS guidance. The most important date is when your return is accepted, not when you submit it. If your return was accepted between January 26 and February 1, and you e-filed with direct deposit, you could generally expect your refund within about 21 days. Assuming no issues. If accepted between February 2 and February 8, most refunds would still fall within that same 21-day window. Paper filers should plan for additional delays. Also keep in mind, If you're claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit, EITC, or the Additional Child Tax Credit, ACTC, federal law prevents the IRS from issuing those refunds before February 15. Even if your return was accepted early, refunds involving those credits are typically released in late February. To check your refund status, you can use the "Where's My Refund?" tool on the IRS website. If you e-file, your status usually appears within 24 hours after acceptance. If you mail your return, updates may take about 4 weeks to show up. Once your return is approved, the tool will provide a personalized refund date. Now let's go over common refund delays and transcript codes. If you review your tax transcript and see code 570, it generally means your return is under additional review. It doesn't automatically indicate a problem, but it does signal a processing delay. Code 971 typically means the IRS has issued a notice related to your account. You'll likely receive a letter explaining the situation. If you see Tax Topic 152, that usually reflects a standard processing delay beyond 21 days. It does not necessarily mean you filed incorrectly. Tax Topic 151 relates to your appeal rights and may appear if a change or adjustment affects your refund. A CP05 notice means the IRS needs additional time, sometimes up to 60 days, to verify income, withholding, tax credits, or business income. Unfortunately, once this review begins, there is no way to speed it up. A Letter 12C indicates the IRS needs more information before it can process your return. This could involve missing forms, corrections, or verification of income or Social Security numbers. Once you respond, refunds are generally issued within 6 to 8 weeks, so responding quickly is important. If your transcript updates from code 570 to code 571, followed by code 846, that's usually good news. Code 571 means the hold has been lifted, and code 846 typically confirms that your refund has been issued. If your refund is smaller than expected, it could be due to offsets for debts such as past due child support or certain federal obligations. The IRS will send a notice explaining any reduction. If you see code A41, it often indicates a refund payment was canceled or reversed. This can happen due to returned checks or payment issues. In some cases, the IRS will automatically reissue the refund. In others, you may need to follow specific instructions provided in a notice. Identity verification remains another common reason for delays. If the IRS requests verification, you may need to complete the process online or in person. Having your photo ID, Social Security card, and tax documents ready can help speed up the process. One proactive step that can help avoid delays is checking your earnings history with the Social Security Administration before filing. If your reported wages don't match IRS records, your return could be flagged. Creating an online Social Security account allows you to review your earnings and correct discrepancies early. Overall, understanding refund statistics, processing timelines, and transcript codes can help reduce stress during tax season. Although early 2026 data shows fewer returns processed so far, average refunds are higher, and many credit-related refunds are still pending release due to legal timing requirements. As the season progresses, the numbers will likely adjust. If your refund is taking longer than expected, continue monitoring your status, review any notices carefully, and consider consulting a tax professional if something seems unclear. Staying informed and patient is often the best strategy during tax season. Thanks for watching, and I'll continue to share updates as more 2026 tax data becomes available.